Afternoon. I'm now going to demonstrate a Pilates chair class. Now this one needs you to have a chair and also to be able to stand, although the alternatives will be given for you a little while later seated. So to start with, the back of a chair, you're going to hold on and move away from the chair and make sure your feet forwards are facing forwards. And the first thing you're going to do is work through the knees. We're going to lift it up and then down, so it's an easy lift. Just bending, holding on, so you're just working through the top of the quadriceps into the hips and stretching your bottom and back. Each time you lift up and down, notice here I'm flexing through the foot. This is going to help you not only with balance but stretch your Achilles tendon, soleus and other calf muscles as you bring the knee up and down. We're going to do 4 to 5 more on each leg of those. And again, if you're watching this back, you may want to play your own music at home so you can kind of motivate yourself to your favourite music. And then once the knee is there, you're going to stretch out the leg and bend it, so you've got a flexion and extension of the knee. So you're going to kick a little bit into a chair, and those that are slightly taller, make sure you've got a chair that's kind of where your chest is. We're going to do the other leg, so flex and extension on the knees, stretching all the muscles, try not to kick the chair, and then lengthening through the back of those muscles. So these are quite easy exercises where you're just working the leg. Now if you hold on to the chair and face forwards, you can bring one leg up and just circle the foot. This obviously works all of the ankle and foot. We're going to swap over. Now you can do this seated, so if you find it hard to stand, by all means stay in the chair and do exactly the same with the ankles. And we're going to go back there. Notice here we're turning about 3 or 4 times each direction. So every time you're moving through that foot, you're really stretching through the ankle and other way. And then we're going to bring the knee up and you're going to point and flex the foot. So you're going to do about 6 to 7 of them before we swap legs. So a little bit like tap dancing in the air, out of the leg, and again up and down. These are just mobility exercises. It gets those calves working as well as the ankle and foot. And then staying here again, you might want to hold on with both hands. You're going to do some pedal pushes, so pushing down, heel one at a time, coming up onto the toes. As you push through the heels, stretching through the calf muscles, you should feel the lengthening from the knee to the ankle. So if you suffer with problems here, do make sure you hold on to your chair. Now we're going to step back slightly so that I can lengthen through one leg at a time, and this is going to work the back calves and also into the piriformis. And I'm going to lower that head. Can you see here what I've done? Flatten the back to stretch over that leg, and you already feel a tightness at the back of the leg. That's what we're looking for. If you want progression, just take the foot further away and notice the other knee is bent. So if the knee hurts, just straighten up again, yeah? But here you get more lengthening of the leg that's resting there on the heel. We're going to step in and change legs, so stretching again. A real good stretch here. Fantastic if you do a lot of walking or running. So do stretch, or if you do have a disability, really good to stretch those muscles if you're stuck in a chair. Still safety here with the chair behind you. Okay, so that works the calves and feet. We're going to work now a little further by opening the legs, and you're going to thrust forwards with the pelvis and then go towards the side, take the bottom back and then go round again. So you're doing a full circle here, slowly if it hurts, working through your back and hips. Now a lot of people come to me with messages also in the past for therapy with poorly backs, and that's because we don't use them enough. So circling through the waist, stretching through the back is going to prevent you from getting what we call a locked back, or something called spondylitis. It's quite common out there. Other way, or if you have arthritis of any kind, this is going to help the joint and lubricate it. So we're doing full circles here. And then we're going to bend the knees a little more. Now if you've got poorly knees, do this standing we're going to thrust forwards again, pushing the pelvis towards the chair and then taking the bottom backwards and forwards. We're going to do 6 of them. Each time you thrust, going forward and back, pull tightly into the tummy muscles. Now again, this is stretching and lengthening your back as well as tummy, pelvic floor muscles if you're girls out there, or prostate for the boys, but keep the knees soft. So still thrusting, we have done these before, but these are exactly the same. If I was laying on my back doing a bridge, it's the same muscles that we're working. Actually, I realise I've got quite a hefty top here, so you can see they're thrusting forward and back with the pelvis as I held the top. Now we're going to go back to the circle, so you're going away, forwards and back. And each time you work through the hips, take your time. You'll feel a pull here as you stretch the hips to the side. Also, as mentioned before, inside the pelvis, all of those muscles. Squeeze them tight as well as you thrust forwards and you'll get a better stretch in the back. We're going to go the other way. Now again, this is a real easy exercise routine that you could do every day if you've gone off of your fitness or can't find any motivation. Now I'm going to show you exercises seated now, so you don't have to follow me, but if you are standing, come down onto the chair and we're going to sit on the chair. Just move over a bit actually so you can see me there. So once you're on the chair, go to the edge of the chair. So if I was seated, my back would be away from the back if you have one, and slightly to the edge of the chair. Now you're going to do exactly the same exercise as we did standing. You're going to stretch forward. So this one, if you've done already standing, great. If not, this is where you'll be if you're seated, and then we're going to stretch it by holding underneath the thigh. Now already that might be a problem for you to lift the leg, so keep the knee bent if it hurts. If not, from here again, circle the ankle. So these are the alternatives given to standing. So if you've already done them standing, we're still going to do them seated, but here really good if you can't stand. So we're going to now bring the hands around the calf and work that knee by pushing it gently towards the chest, and I'd say 4 to 6 pulses there. And then we're going to swap legs, so grab hold of the thigh, lift the knee if you can't straighten, if not straighten the leg. And we've got a nice pull on the back of the legs there. You might want to circle the ankle again while it's there. And the more you do this, the more lengthening the muscles will have and the easier it will become. And again, we're going to push that knee into the chest, straight backs, gently pushing. Even if there are a few layers between your thigh and your tummy, still pushing. Now, seated at the end or at the edge of your chair, draw a deep breath in and make me, if you can, 2 plates with your hands. Draw in the elbows in what we call a dumb waiter now. Now this is a Pilates exercise we normally do standing, so we're now exactly the same upper body but seated. So we're going to open and close, but we're going to do 10 of these. So if you have a poorly shoulder or any muscles here at the top of the arm that's sore, as you open and close, you'll feel the tensity or the stretching of the muscles. So here, notice I open and close. There's no gap between the elbows, so you're pushing the elbows into the waist. I'm not moving my back, I'm just gently pulling as though I'm carrying 2 plates of food balanced in my hands. So again, pulling. Now the taller you are, if I show you that again, the edge of the chair, the straighter the back, the better the work into the elbows and into the hands and back. So here you're stretching the vertebrae as well as the arm muscles. So think about that in your chair. Just 2 more to make your 10. I'm sure we've done more than that. And then from here, lift in the arm, one at a time. We're going to bend through the elbow and bring the hand to the shoulder. Now you can push away if you're in a wheelchair, push past your wheelchair, just watch if you've got handles. And if you're coming up and down, stretching the elbows, joints, and of course the shoulders, and maybe push away and keep that moving. Nice work everyone, so keep pulling and pushing. And again, you might decide if you want to do this every day, you can put a little bit of your favourite music on and do it alongside that. Now from here, we're going to bring up the arms. Now if you only got one hand or one arm, by all means still use the other arm. There's lots of people out there that I know suffering, So we're going to bring the hand there parallel to the shoulder. If you have injury, you might be down here, that's okay. Just do what you can and pull back and forward. So we're going to do 16 of these. As you pull back, make sure the elbows are in line, and we normally do this standing. So if you have to hold on to something, seated on a chair is far safer than trying to do both hands pulling on the back of a chair or standing. So keep pulling. This is a real good one to do in front of the TV. So, you know, when you're watching something on the TV, you can still exercise. I'm going to do 4 more of these. Nice big shoulder pulls. Now, if you can, try and get the elbows further back on the pull, so then you'll feel between the shoulder blades, or what we call the rhomboid muscles, are now touching. We're going to do 2 more. Now, staying at the edge of the chair, making this easier. Keep the elbows up and then twist left to right. I usually do this in the start of my Pilates workout, so we always do this at the beginning. And here, this nice easy warm-up becomes a main phase of those that would like to do chair Pilates. So here, allow the chin to follow your shoulder and elbow. Cheer up, it's good for you. We're going to do 4 more on each side. And already the body's starting to feel warm. And that's what we're looking for. So the twisting here is working the side of your body. So the oblique muscles and the transverse abdominis muscles have to do all the work, as well as the arms, of course. Now they should be feeling tired, so drop them and give them a shake. Yeah, you might want to shake the hands, and we're going to work with the hands now. I have done this previously in other videos, but for those that never watched, we're here now. You're going to make a flag shape in front of you with both hands. Now if you suffer with carpal tunnel syndrome or any problems with digits or arthritis, these exercises are brilliant for the hands. You're going to stretch away, lengthen from the shoulder to the wrist here, and flex through the hands. So it's a gentle movement, but you're going to push here and you'll feel it already in the neck and across the scapula. So we're going to push back. You'll feel it at the back of the shoulder muscles as well. And then you're going to make a fist to a flag shape. So you're just going to rock through those for 10. So another good one you can do, especially if you live alone, because it will give you something to do while you're watching TV right now if you can't visit anyone. Don't forget your in and out breaths as you stretch. Now we're going to do 2 things at once here, so if it's too much for you, just carry on as you are, but then we're going to open the hands. So flexed hands to fist, bringing them open and closing to stretch through the shoulders and lengthening the arms. I know there aren't many of you watching now, but I can guarantee you over the next 2 days, this will be one that you want to go back and have a look, or share with someone that maybe can't do a full aerobic workout or a full Pilates class. Okay, we're going to do 2 more. Now those arms should be aching, so try and work through it. Allow the arms to stretch, and each time as the palms go back, you should really feel the stretch in the shoulders and underneath the arms. So here, 2 more. I'm going to place those hands on your knees, and we're going to lift the knees up and down. So again, easy exercises. You don't have to run, you know, 5K marathon in order to work muscles. You can do them right there, seated in your home. Now as you come up, the top of the leg there as you pull should feel a nice contraction as you stretch the muscles as they're on the way down. But as they pull up, you should feel the hip flexors really having to work hard with the muscles in the thighs. So we're going to keep going there and do about 20 of those. Let's see if we can just do another 6 to make that 20. And then from here, straighten again the leg, and we did this earlier, but this time bend it in and straight towards the sky. So I'm lengthening my hamstrings. You may want to cup the hands around the calves to pull up. Now if you know you ain't getting your leg up there, just lift, all right? So it does depend on your body. But I'm going to go here and show you what we're capable of, if you maybe could try. That gap that we had earlier between the chair allows me to lean back, yes? We're going to do the other leg. So use the back of the chair to lean on. That gap between the back and the edge of the seat, I'll show you that again because I'll turn around in a minute, should help you to lift the leg. So if I turn the chair, notice the gap, I'm able to lean, lift and stretch so that I can lean the back, but there's still the gap between the back of the chair and my bottom and back. Now staying here, let's grab the hand onto the insert of the foot and take it out to the side. Now if that's not you, bend the knee. So you're stretching inside muscles in the legs, yeah? So for those that can go all the way out, maybe give it a straight, or you might want to hold the calf muscle. You know, there are people out there watching that are still flexible, you know, so do have a go. So we're going to go again. So this might be you. You're going to stay there if it's too much to straighten. For those that can straighten, lengthen. We've done these before in the past. And then out to the side. Now bring the knees down. Bring the knee up again, keeping the back. But this time hold the leg. And I want you to circle from the knee to the foot. Now make sure the other leg's out the way a bit as you circle. It's a bit like the can in the air, but it works the knee joint. And let's bring it back. And then we're going to do the same on the other leg. So again, nice big circles there. So if we were laying down doing Pilates, we would do these big circles, but we wouldn't do them a can style. We would actually work into hip circles. But here on the chair, that's a real difficult exercise to do, although I will show you. So this is the hip flexor, so you really have to engage all the muscles, so most of you will find that difficult. So let's just do bent knee. Okay, enough on the legs, let's go back to the top. So seated on the edge of my chair here, I'm going to hold on to the chair. So if you don't have a back, go down to the bottom or hold here. Here, I just want you to pull back, lifting the chin. Look what I've done. Stretch the whole of the muscles here, my neck and my vertebrae, just by straightening the back and lifting the chin. So we're going to hold that for about 4 to 5 breaths. Just statically holding, nothing is moving, and we're just feeling the stretch in those muscles. Now if you find this boring, you can go further up the chair. It really is a challenge there. Bring the arms down and shoulder roll forwards to release the shoulders. Now we're nearly there, so it's about a 25-minute stretch that you can do each day. Lengthen the leg forwards now, and from here straight back, push the chest forwards. So now I gain an arch in my spine. I'm going to place the hands here, and I'm going to twist away from the leg. And here pushing into the shoulder at the back here, working into the lower back. And then lower the foot if you can. Step and change, so flex again on the other leg, and you'll see there that full twist as I travel my upper body towards you. So this is a right to left rotation. Now I'm going to face you again for the next ones, but you can stay where you are. Place the hands on the shoulders. I'm going to do big shoulder rolls. Now this one here can be done standing, so if you're a bit bored on the chair, but if you're stuck in a chair, like a wheelchair, by all means do these seated. And we're going to go the other way. Now you may find that you've got maybe a disabled partner or a relative that needs a little bit of exercise, but so do share these. These will be up on YouTube a little bit later today as well. We're nearly finished. Now we're going to work into the neck and head. So we're going to rest the hands on the thighs, and then we're just going to turn the chin, and then from here, looking at the right side, go from shoulder to shoulder by dropping the head. Now this is going to work the back of the neck as long as the back stays straight. I'm going to show you that from the side so you can see what we call a rainbow drop with the neck and chin. Really good if you suffer with tight shoulders. And 2 more of them. Well done. So we've worked most of the body. The only part that we haven't worked is our core muscles, and we're going to finish with that so that you can determine whether you can or can't do this. Holding again like we did earlier on the back of the chair, lean into the chair, bringing the arms down and stretch the legs out and in. So if you're on the back of a sofa, really good for your core muscles. And I would just start with about 6 of them. If it's too much, carry on and finish by doing about 12 to 20, but only build up to that. So start off with 6, come down, have a breather with the core muscles, and then repeat again. So I'm doing 6 sets here of 6 exercises. You might want to do one leg at a time, or you might want to cycle. Now cycling is the advanced exercise to the same thing we've been doing. Really works your tummy and top of the legs, so be careful. If not, one leg at a time. Or you might want to change legs and just kick. So you've got 3 lots of different alternatives there. 4 more. Now to finish, we're going to straighten the backs and take the arms to the ceiling, and then you're going to lift one at a time. So as you lift one at a time, feel the stretch through the shoulders and the neck again. Now you've got plenty to keep you busy. Have a fabulous rest of the Monday, and we'll see you again soon. Take care. Thanks for joining me.